Hey, what's up? I'm Henry from Boston Manor, and you're watching Forever Loud. Yeah, we love this festival. I think this is like the third or fourth time we've played it, and we've been as punters as well. Like we played here, I think the first time in 2015, really early on in our career, and loved it so much that we just got a tent and came back the following year and just hung out. I love how much they champion new music, British music. And they bring over loads of cool bands as well. I love the family atmosphere to it. It's super nice and unique. And yeah, you know, whenever we have like US bands or Australian bands that we tour with who are coming over to the UK for the first time on their first UK tour or whatever, we always say, you know, try and play Trees, because it's a really great festival, has a really loyal following, and it's always just a really good time. I love it. I think there's a lot of really good stuff happening. I also think there's areas where the UK could improve, and by that I mean we do a lot of stuff in America, and what they do really well is they have a lot of regional scenes, which works in America because it's a much bigger country. But I would like to see the UK support itself a lot more in smaller underground scenes that then filters up to kind of bigger national touring, because I think that is where we build subculture, that's where we build new sounds, and that's where new bands come from. And you know, from my perspective, like, we're always looking for new bands to tour with, and new bands to listen to as fans. And festivals like this are a really great example of when it goes well, and they do a really good job of fostering that support. But yeah, I don't know. I think the UK at the moment is there's a lot of competition, and I don't like that. I think people are, in a way, it's kind of good. People are kind of hungry, but I don't see a lot of bands like really backing each other and supporting their friends' bands and other bands and shouting out bands that they love. I would like to see more of that. Shout out to Harriet, shout out to Oversize, shout out to... My head's gone blank now. I mean, shout out to the bigger bands. Shout out to fucking Holding Absence. Shout out to Loathe. Shout out to James and the Colgun. There's a million and one great bands at the moment in the UK, but I would just like to see bands do more stuff together rather than kind of like being on their own island. Yeah, we take a lot of care with our music videos. We try to and see it very much as a part of the whole picture, really. You know, some people say that music videos are a bit of a dead format, but I don't think so. I think it's a way to kind of platform your art and to show the visual side of it. And we think very much in visual terms a lot of the times with our music. We work with Zach Pinchin a lot, who sings in a band called Modern Era, a really good band, but he's also an incredible director. Directs loads of great videos for loads of really cool UK bands, and abroad as well. But yeah, he's done a lot of he did all the tour videos. He's done a couple of the videos on this campaign so far, and he's wicked. And you know, like, some of it does sort of come from little ideas that we'll have, and he's super accommodating and works with us to achieve that. But you know, he's an incredibly talented dude in his own right. And then for Heat Me Up, we were super lucky to work with Tom Dream, who's a favourite director of ours, and we've been trying to make that happen for a while. He does like massive, crazy stuff, and took a chance on us, which we were super humbled by. And yeah, we got to go film a music video at his house, which is wild. It's a crazy house. He's successful. And yeah, the video was super fun, super arty and geeky. And I had swum around in a freezing cold pool all day. And it was awesome. We had a wicked time. So yeah, shout out all the directors out there, man, because there should be bigger budgets in music videos, but there should be bigger budgets in everything. Yeah, so Sundiver is the sort of the part 2 to the double album. The Torah was the first part, and it contrasts it totally. So the Torah is kind of the previous night. Sundiver's kind of this sort of following dawn and new day, and it's kind of reflected in the music. So we've been really chasing this kind of like bright sound without it sounding really major and happy. We don't want to make like a really happy record, but we want to make a really positive, bright, kind of full sounding record, and that was a real challenge. But it's all in the guitars, man, and Ash, Dan and Mike have just spent like 4 years just trying to like figure that out, really, and I'm super proud of him because it sounds so sick, and it really is like a sort of a love letter to the guitar. These records, this record, it's like you said, the Torah is like a lot more synthy, which I love, but this record is you know, much less. It contrasts that in that sense, and it's a super fun listen. It's a longer record. It's a full album. People complaining that the Torah was too short. But yeah, you know, they're both two parts of a whole. So our hope is that when it's out, you can listen to them both together in sequence, and you'll kind of get the big picture, because it was conceived as one record, you know. But yeah, we're stoked on it. I think it is our best album ever. I know every band says that in interviews, but straight up, man, like, I haven't finished every record cycle, like recording process, been like hands down better than every other record. This one is. I think it's the best Boston Manor record for sure. Plug.